Hello YouTubers. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back everyone. If this is your first time here, welcome also to the Virginia Bushcrafter, the channel where we continue to learn and practice the skills of bushcrafting, prepping, and survival. So guys, let's go ahead, hit the thumbs up. Let's leave a comment, share this video out, hit that hype, and ring that bell so that you'll get a notification each and every time I upload a video. So guys, I'm out here in the wonderful Northern Virginia, somewhat a little brisky, but we prepare for it. I am ready. Are you guys ready? Are you aware of your surroundings, knowing the ingress and egress? Are you? I am. Are you prepared? Have you practiced with every item in your backpack or rucksack? Yes, I have. And am I willing? I am willing to do what is necessary to enjoy this day. And most of all, I am willing to do what is necessary for an injury that may turn into an emergency, up to a survival, leading up to a survival situation, during a survival situation, and afterwards. But we're prepared. We won't let that happen. So I am ready. So guys, this is just a view from some of the snow we got this past week. So I'm going to go ahead and hike in to our destination, and we are then going to get started. All right guys, see you at the location. All right YouTubers, it is time to start practicing. Today I'm going to make a shelter. I believe it's known as the Baker Tarp shelter. Very similar to an Adirondack shelter. I haven't done it in a while, but I'm going to give it a go. So, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me each step of the way, because we know one of the most important C's is cover. Having something to sleep under, something to sleep in, something to sleep on, starting with my clothes. Could I actually spend the night out here with these clothes on and only these? Yes, I could, because I have a fire kit and there's a lot of wet wood. So let's get started on making this shelter. And we start off with another C, cordage. So let's start it. Let's get with it. All right, guys, here we go with the cordage. I am going to start off with making a bowline. And the reason that I am going to use a bowline is because I know I'm going to have to make adjustments to this configuration, or as I pitch it. So I'm going to round the tree, and I'm going to make it at least head length. And again, I'm going to have to make adjustments, but I start off again, turning the car key, making a loop, this loop. I go in, I pull up the non-working end. The non-working end. This is the tie-in. I just go through the loop and I pinch it and pull. That is the bow line. Again, I can adjust this as needed. Let's go to the next knot, which will be the trucker's hitch. Okay, so with the trucker's hitch, I'm going to grab the line, think about turning the car key, make a loop. There's the loop. Gonna take the running end, and run it through the loop once and twice. excuse the airplanes. And again, I'm going to make this starting off above my head because there will be adjustments. Okay, so trucker's hitch knot, bowline knot. Here I already have prusik knots. As you can see, they go from side to side, but when you put pressure on them, they don't move. And I'll just show you one of these again. I'll just take this loose. It's a bit chilly out here today. We got snow this weekend, but I missed it. So, but I'm still out here to practice. So I take a piece of bank line number 36, make a loop. The part that's tied, I put at the bottom. Go through here, go through it once, twice, and a third time. And dress it up. It should look like a fist. And there we have it. Won't go to the left, won't go to the right, unless there's no pressure. All right, so those are the 3 knots that we are using. Now, as you can see, the tarp is on the ground, and it is a 10 by 10. So what I'm going to do is start off in a diamond shape. All right, guys, so I'm starting with a corner. This is going to be the center. So I'm going to count from the center, 1 guide out, and I'm going to go to the third one. So here's 1 guide out, a second one, and a third one. And what I'm going to do with the third one is, let me bring you up. I'm going to put the prusik knot through the first guide out. And I'm going to use a piece of Mother Nature, a toggle, to go through the prusik knot. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other end. Okay, as you can see, here is the center portion. Again, a guide out here. You go 1, 2, 3 on that side. 1, 2, 3 on this side. And that is the center portion. Let's do the rear. Okay, so on the rear, we're going to be using 2 tent pegs. And again, from the center to the third one, to the third guide out. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to stake this one down. And we're going to make it sure that it's in line with the guide out in the front. Going to do the exact same thing to the other side. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we're almost there. I'm going to secure these tent pegs, and this is what we're looking at from the rear so far. Okay, let's do the sides now. This is the inside so far. Okay, so on the side, we're going to secure this to the bush floor. Okay, so we're going to take the tent peg through the guide out, make it even with the tent peg in the rear, stake it down. Okay, now we're going to stake the side down. Okay, so we're going to stake this side guide out. And that is it so far. And I've already done the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and secure these because the ground is very soft. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do to make more room is pull the rear out. So I'm going to make a quick loop. Quick loop. Run it through the guide out. Put some of Mother Nature in the loop. And I'm going to use this tree right here. And I'm going to use a trucker's hitch. Again, making the loop. Take the working end through the loop twice. Let me make it larger. So we have the loop. The working end goes through the loop once and twice. And then just tighten it. All right, guys. So, as you can see, that gives us more room inside. Well, guys, here's the shelter so far. I'm going to pour the apron out. That's going to be a lot of room. And what I'm going to do is use some of Mother Nature here and secure the guide outs here and at the bottom and pour this even forward to give me more room. So I'm going to do those a few things. I'll be back to complete the apron. Baker Tarp shelter. All right, guys, again, as I emphasize, and I'm sure you guys have heard the same thing, how important shelter is in the bush. Now, it's not extremely cold here, but I can feel the temperature dropping already, and it's going to be a cold night. So what I decided to do, we can always find more things to do with a tarp other than just making it a shelter to sleep under. But again, here is something to sleep on. So what I did is put a 5x7 grab a tarp, a Mylar 5x7 grab a tarp as a ground sheet. So this is the inside, and I have the apron here, but when I put the fire right here, I can just put this apron, I can remove it and put it back. But this is the shelter, and what I did in the rear, I used paracord to trees to make more room. So that is going to give me a lot more room. I would have room for my gear as well. All right, guys, I'm going to finish putting the bedroll in, putting my gear in, and then I'm going to get some wood, because even though this looks like a lot of wood, it's wet, not a problem. I want larger logs like what's over there. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead, complete the interior of the Baker Tarp shelter, and I'll be back with you. Well, guys, I am just getting a lot more wood and finding out the easiest way to bring it back, since I don't have paracord that's long enough, is to attach it to the hatchet and just drag it back, which I don't have far to go. As a matter of fact, I'm right here. S-Wing Sportsman Camp Axe, Camp Hatchet. All right, let me go get the rest of it. All right, guys, I think this is the last one that I'm going to haul back. It's a lot easier carrying it with a hatchet as opposed to pulling it. And very close to camp. The last piece of wood that I will need for tonight and tomorrow morning. All right, guys, the only thing left for me to do is make a fire pit and some feather sticks. This portion of the shelter I'm going to remove and put it over the ridge line, because I'm going to put me a long fire right here. I'll be back. Okay, the spot for my fire will be on the safe side. All right, guys, that is where I'm going to start. I'm going to make the fire pit. I'll bring you along when I get closer to the end. It's a lot of fun, guys. Got to get out here and do the thing. All right, guys, so this is the fire pit, and this is the e-tool that I used. So this is a tool that I used today. Haven't used this thing in maybe two and a half years, but I used that as well as a S-Wing camp sportsman camp hatchet. So that I also use the Agawa bow reel 24 to saw a lot of these large logs over here. But guys, it is time for a fire. I am telling you, temperature is dropping and I am getting the chill. So I'm gonna go ahead, make a fire lay, and well, I'll see you then. Time to get the heater going. Hey guys, well, as you can see, the fire is prepped. There are 2 large logs, and once I get all of this kindling burning, I'm going to put this 3rd log on top of it. But what I'm going to use to start the fire is what always works: fat wood dust or sawdust. And check this out, guys. I've camped here before, and you guys may remember the fence. When I was moving all of this wood around, what did I find? Jute twine. So I'm going to see what happens with this first. We're going to watch and see what happens with this first, and then we're going to try the fat wood sawdust. Okay guys, so again, like I just said, I found this in the pile. Oh, it's moist, but let's see if it works anyway. Oh, it works. Fat wood dust. Well, it didn't last very long, but let's see what happens. Well, guys, the fire is taking too long. So I am going to use something I always carry: cotton balls and Vaseline. I think we are on our way. Again, this wood is wet, but one thing we know for sure, it will dry out. All right, guys, so that is one reason to always carry more than one way of starting a fire. I ran out of time to make feather sticks, so I know the cotton balls and Vaseline will always work, along with the fat wood sawdust. Again, this stuff has to dry out, so we can see something taking flame here, but it's only a matter of time. All right, guys, I'll bring you back when we have some flames and some heat, because it is definitely needed. All right, YouTubers, the fire is finally going. This was really an effort, but it was really fun. I really did not make any feather sticks. I just basically used a lot of kindling, and everything was so wet. But again, once you get the fire going, it will only go out when you decide for it to go out. So just wanted to show you, this is the results of being steadfast in getting this fire going, because there was no way that I was going to sleep here tonight without a fire. Just totally impossible. But I'm going to clean up around here and start preparing a meal. Guys, this is a long fire that will be burning for a long time. The only thing you have to deal with wet wood is the smoke. It doesn't matter where you go, you're going to get smoked out. Just stoke the fire again. I mean, I have a lot of logs on here, but every log is wet. But once you get coals, you don't have anything else to worry about. Well, guys, there is the sustainable fire. So guys, I am still just enjoying this fire, but it's time for me to prepare a meal here in the dark, which I'm looking forward to doing that, because actually cooking a meal in the dark is a skill. You know, balancing your pans and pots and so forth, using the coals as opposed to the flame, of course not burning your food. So these are a lot of things that I think the best way to learn those is actually coming out into the bush. But yeah, I'm going to be having potato soup, bannock bread, of course there's some coffee, there's some tea, there's some Pop-Tarts and all that other good stuff. But yeah, guys, I'm really enjoying this. It's real nice just to be out here. It's just so surreal, just you and Mother Nature. Even though I'm not far from the highway, but for the fact that just being out here, and you know, there were a lot of things I did today. There were not setbacks, but it just lets you know that skills can become perishable. I set up this Baker Tarp shelter, and I had to redo it because it just wasn't tall enough. And I did not want to make the Adirondack tarp shelter, so I came out here for the purpose of doing the Baker tarp shelter. So that's what I did, and I guess you can see this is what it looks like at night in here. And I'll be sleeping right on the edge, you know, 3 feet away from the fire, so I'll be warm, that's for sure. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start preparing a meal, and I'll see you right before the meal is prepared. All right, take care, everyone. See you at dinner time. even though the time here is almost 9 o'clock. I'm not sure. All right, guys, here goes the potato soup. I don't know if you can see that, but it's potatoes, carrots, celery, onion, garlic, and corn with lemon pepper, red pepper, and cilantro. All right, guys, so into the fire it goes. Well, there it is, guys. Potato soup, just waiting on the bannock bread now. And of course, I did taste it, and it tastes wonderful. Again, potatoes, carrots, celery, onions, garlic, corn, and seasoned to your liking. And the fire is still going strong. The meal was delicious. Time to chill, sit back, and watch the fire. All right, guys. Fire watching time. Starting at 12:26. Time to stoke the fire again. I like feeling the heat, so I gotta get up and stoke the fire again. And it really feels good after you stoke the fire. Whew. The heat feels so nice. All right, guys. See you in maybe an hour or so. Just stoke the fire again. Maybe 2 more times before the morning is over with. Hey, good morning, guys. It's been a somewhat of a frigid night, but with a fire, a bivvy, and a poncho, that will suffice. All of the wood is finally gone. I used every last piece of the wood. As you can see, and fire's still going, but I am about to get up, straighten up, and maybe have some breakfast because the temperature is really dropping and it's not going to be comfortable out here without a fire. But I'll make that decision in a few minutes. But I'll be back with you guys shortly. Nice warm fire all night long. All right, YouTubers, as you can see, the fun has ended. It was a great overnight. Again, I got to use an S-Wing camp hatchet. I got a chance to use a Condor wayfinder knife. I got a chance to use the Agawa Borel 24-inch saw and stay overnight, sleep in a bivvy, sleep in a poncho, feed the fire all night, had a long fire. It was a great time. And just as I'm leaving, the snow is starting to come. What a coincidence. All right, guys, so I'm out of here. Again, thank you for taking some time out to join me to enjoy Mother Nature, the bush, and I hope to see you on the next video. So guys, hey, go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe. This is the Virginia Bushcrafter, and as always, like father and son, mother and daughter, human and nature, we're all akin in some form or fashion. Just get out in the bush and have some fun. This is the Virginia Bushcrafter signing out. Stay safe, everyone.